Hey, this is David. I'm with the Casualties. Right now we are on tour with Strung Out on our East Coast leg. But let's get started. This is Little Foddy. Foddy plays guitar in the Austin band Riverboat Gamblers, and we take this out when we're on the road. I'm from Austin. The rest of the guys in the Casualties are originally from New York. Rick lives in LA, Meggers lives in Austin with me now, the drummer, and our guitarist Jake lives in Jersey, so we all kind of come in different areas. So while Riverboat Gamblers are on a break, we take this van out. Well, this here is, this is a major part for, you know what, you can't just say a punk band, but yes, for a punk band, but any rock band, probably any band. I would go so far as to say that country bands probably smell worse than us. Right here, you may wonder why I need this umbrella, because I'm very vain and my ego, I don't want to have to fix this up. So, there's a little compartment for almost everything in this van. Now, I know you're probably, punk people are laughing at me and saying, oh, what a jackass, what a sellout, all this shit. But, shh, my hairspray. This is really, this little part is such a great thing for shit like, we eat in this van, we sleep in this van, everything in this van. So this stuff is good to put like, I know, you're gonna think this is silly, but like salad dressing, you know? You gotta, most of the guys are vegetarian in the band, so we have a lot of vegetables and shit, so we'll put salad dressing, things that need to stay upward in here. As for driving, everyone does a bit of driving, but I don't drink anymore, so I am the designated late night driver, and that all kind of happened by accident. Meggers is probably next in line, and then Jake, and then Rick as the party level goes. So I drive at night. Meggers usually starts to drive in the morning, then Jake, and then Rick. So, this cover is kind of a funny thing. I think maybe because it's Foddy's, we try to take care of it, but after about an hour, this cover here goes to the back, and it just gets moved around. This is Jake. I don't know what Jake's been doing. His girlfriend is in town. I don't know, they're kind of weird, so we'll see. Driver, for me especially, you always have to have some little snacks, almonds, and dude, we look like such dorks. There's nothing really cool. Almonds and dates. Now, down here also is a little hiding place. This is where we can put all of our receipts and dumb shit like that. All the things that they don't tell you, all the uncool things they don't tell you about rock and roll, saving your receipts, putting your money down there, that's where that goes. So, right here, this is my little spot. Selena will sit here, she does merch. It's either me, I'm always here. This is Jake's spot, but he likes to be in the front a lot. So Selena will sit here. Meggers sits here. This is Meggers' spot. And this is where Rick is. But whoever stays out the latest usually goes straight to there. But on tour, I have to put everything back in its exact spot. So if you do know me, you know my brain is all over the place. When I'm at home, I have nothing in order. I'm probably the most unorganized person, so I have to have like almost like a prisoner type thing. I have to have everything right back in its spot. So my backpack always goes here, always, even if I'm squished in. Now this I learned from the Riverboat Gamblers. This is my little spot. Now you'll find a couple of funny things here. My Tums, magnesium to go to sleep. This, which we'll get into later. Oh, these are called my way bands. So, Meggers' wife lives in Ecuador, and so in Ecuador you can get fake Ray-Bans, but they look very real. So this is where my way bands go, and honey for my throat, toothpaste, deodorant that never really gets used. This is Idiot's version of Macbeth that I'm trying to read. Pop-Tarts because, as my lady friend calls me, I'm a fatty fatty. So here's where the fun part goes. Normally, I kind of grouchily, because I drive late at night, I kind of act grouchy so that no one wants to sit next to me. And perfect. Right here. And my hair doesn't hit it. But, now here's where the good stuff comes. You have to have, my jacket and my hoodie goes underneath there. There's this secret little compartment down here. This, now you've heard about people peeing in bottles, right? We're not stopping every time one of us has to take a piss. Now, which looks easier to pee into? So, this one is my little pee jar. Now, there's a funny little fact about this van. I don't know, there's something wrong with it. After like a few hours, this bottom part down here, there's a vent, and it starts blowing so fucking hot. Like, I keep my leather jacket and stuff against it to kind of block the heat from me, but it gets so fucking hot. This is the dark one. This is the one I don't pee in. So, if you want to get real crazy, so you take a little tea thing out of here, you put some water in here, and then you just put the tea down there and let it get really hot. And so, after a couple hours, you forget about it, and then when you stop somewhere, I got hot tea. So, I've cooked all my life, and so I get, this is kind of like a reward for me, is to cook. And I annoyingly cook for, well, you wouldn't call this cooking, but I make food for everybody, and I love to do this shit. So, right here, we have these, as dumb as this looks, and like, you take it for granted, these little things fucking save your life. This is my little reusable coffee cup from my lady friend. And this always goes back in here the same way every time. Why? Because the driver doesn't want to be opening it up. And one side, it seems like stupid, but you need these kind of little tricks. I drink my coffee black, but for the dudes, when you're in this van so much, it's the little things that make life, you know, bearable. Like Coffee Mate, or for some of my boys, some beer. For me, a little coconut water. But the thing that's important about this also, most of us eat we try to eat healthy. So in here, at the end of every night, we try to take all the food. We have this pita bread. Oh yeah, so last night we played like right outside of Detroit, and it was mainly kind of like a Middle Eastern neighborhood. So it was kind of cool. We had this kind of bread, and then there's this tofu, some cheese, sandwich meats, and nothing makes a sandwich better than crunch. You have to have a sandwich with chips, and any Mexican must have Fritos. Doritos are second, but Fritos first. When I'm sitting here, I can pull this little shit out. You have this little knife with a little homemade sheath there. Fruit. Always ready to go. So when you get shit like this, you can slice it up, make a little sandwich. And so it seems dumb, but it works. Here I can put little things, so I don't want these chips to get smashed. I don't want my Pop-Tart to get smashed. I put it in there. But when we're driving and they have drinks on there, I can pull this out, and everything goes right back into its little home. So, as we know, this is Megger's seat, and Rick normally sits here. He's always reading like some rock and roll book, so he's reading this. This is big toilet number 2. This is the public toilet. I use my own. I keep my own. But this is the big toilet for whoever Now this, so Selena's been with us for a couple of tours now, maybe like 6 months. This is her. I don't even want, who does, whoa! Who does this? Look at this. Just a big bundle of junk. And Selena, this is a no-no. This is how the store should be. But, you know, we love her. She's Selena. Let's see what else we have here. Leather jacket. Oh, here's something. This is, when I joined this band a couple of years ago, I didn't know how ridiculously freaky these guys were about pawn shops. Rick bought a keyboard, not a little one, he bought a full-blown keyboard. So this thing, luckily when we were in Montreal, I was like, dude, we gotta hide it. This thing, like, laid here taking up all the space, and I think he wasn't gonna move it, and we weren't gonna touch it. It was like this battle of, you know, of wits, like, how long can we just, we were like, deep down, I was like hoping like a drink would fall on it or something, because I'm like, what the fuck is this goddamn keyboard doing here? And Rick's little party stash here. Old Granddad. Oh my God. Old Granddad, if you know whiskey or bourbon or whatever, Old Granddad might be lower than Old Crow, which is awesome. Like, they put this in a fancy little package. So, Old Granddad, 80 proof. And I found this the other day, so I've been hoping that I could hit a beach or go swimming somewhere, but hasn't happened yet. All right, go to the back. This is normally where, let's see. This is where the stinky clothes go at the end of the night. So we hang all of this gross, sweaty, disgusting stuff here. Air mattress, so we don't have to get, since there's 5 of us, it's just enough to almost need to get extra rooms. If we have to get a hotel or if we stay somewhere, we have room. All of our bags fit pretty tight in here. And of course, I brought a couple of skateboards, so when we're in town somewhere and we have extra time, we can go skate around. Yinling. But yeah, here's a little bed. Unfortunately, all of our equipment, we've already loaded it in. This is the door that would be perfect for getting merch, but of course it doesn't work. So if you need merch, you have to climb over everything. At the end of the night, if you're really trying to not kill yourself, right when you get done, we try to load everything out. Even though we're fucking exhausted and sweaty and tired, we try to load everything out real quick. So I'll start bringing stuff out. Everybody will start taking their equipment apart. And Meggers, our drummer, he is the Tetris man. I'm more of moving shit out here, and I always try to ask people that are here, because most people that come to punk shows, they understand the deal. And one thing that I love about it is it's like a very interactive group of people. So most people don't fucking mind helping us. So I'll ask a couple of kids like, hey dude, please help us. We move shit out, I get to know them, we bullshit for a little while and kind of talk, and a lot of times we end up knowing, you know, a lot of the same people, and we'll keep in touch. Next time I come to Chicago, I might stay with them, or they come to Austin, stay with me. So it's a really cool way to get to know people. But I just bring stuff out here. I'm no good. I can keep my little part together, but that's it. So this is Meggers' job. Van, you know, like, safety was shit. People, when you pull up in a van like this and people like us get out, it's obvious what we're doing. So any thief would know what's in here. So somebody doesn't just cut our lock. We have this thing here, so you really can't cut the lock. Like, you have to really put some time and effort into this. But I see bands a lot with just a very little lock there, and all you have to do is, if you get a big rock or a metal pipe, you could just knock that off. But this, you can't. By the time you're making a bunch of noise, somebody's gonna come out here and stop you. Hey, thanks for checking out our van. I'm David with the Casualties. Check out our new record, Written in Blood, and we have a new record. It's all of our old shit, redone, kind of live, called Until Death. Check out our Instagram, check out our Facebook for tour dates, and we'll see you next time.